Welcome, apprentices. Grab a seat, settle in. Now, you're here today because you possess a certain amount of raw talent. Maybe you were the absolute brightest mind in your village, or maybe you had the fastest hands in your local forge. But let me be entirely blunt with you right from the jump. Your raw talent means absolutely nothing here. In this guild, potential is just crude ore, and without brutal, unyielding discipline, well, you're going to be crushed by what we're about to study. Today's explainer dives deep into the dark, mechanical heart of our craft. We're looking closely at Vapula, the Duke of Craft, and the terrifying price of technical perfection. Skill is a door. Pride is the key that breaks inside it. That's our Dark Guild motto, literally carved into the black stone of the foundational walls around us right now. And I need you to understand immediately that the concepts we're exploring in this explainer aren't just abstract theories to memorize for some exam. No, this is quite literally a matter of life and death. When you wield the kind of knowledge we offer, arrogance won't just ruin a project. It will result in your complete unmaking. All right, let's dive into Section 1, the Tale of Mara. Mara was an apprentice who sought the crown of mastery, but she completely lacked the patience for actual discipline. So picture this fateful night. First, Mara gets rejected by every single respected academy in the capital. Stinging from that rejection, she forces her way into this forbidden, abandoned workshop, completely swallowed in deep nocturnal shadow. But then, as she steps up to the workbench, her bandaged hands hovering over the tools, something impossible happens. The chisels, the brass calipers, the glowing lenses, they physically turn toward her. The room responds to her touch like cold white sparks flying off a whetstone, and then, from the dark rafters above comes the terrifying sound of heavy, leathery griffin wings slowly unfolding in the gloom. From that darkness, a voice like a blade drawn slowly across steel spoke out. Mara whispered that she only wanted to be accepted by the academies, and the entity replied with this chilling finality. "Then you asked the wrong masters." See, in that terrifying moment, the winged lion revealed that he doesn't care at all about the hollow acceptance of high society. He requires absolute, exact obedience. He demands precision, not just participation. Which brings us to Section 2, the Winged Lion Master. Meet Vapula, sometimes known as Naphula. He is the 60th spirit in the Ars Goetia sequence. But, do not let a simple number fool you. This entity is categorized as a great, mighty, and incredibly strong duke. He's not here to govern petty, everyday desires. He governs all handcrafts, professions, philosophy, and practical sciences. And to top it off, he commands 36 legions of spirits just to execute his flawless designs. Take a look at his physical symbolism, because it tells you exactly what you're dealing with. A lion with griffin wings. The lion's claws represent embodied power, physical mastery, and raw worldly appetites. But those griffin wings, they represent a hybrid intelligence, guardianship, and the ability to elevate theory right off the workshop floor. Put them together, and it shows us that Vapula isn't about abstract learning. He represents knowledge that can be built, handled, sharpened, and ultimately weaponized. Moving right along to Section 3, Craft as Social Status. In our secret world, creation itself is the absolute highest proof of devotion. Think about another Goetic spirit, like Orias, for a second. Orias grants status based on the stars and public favor, right? It's all about how the world sees you. Well, Vapula is the exact opposite. Vapula turns his back on the court entirely. Status here is earned in the shadows, through disciplined hands and relentless craft. In our kingdom, sheer competence is valued far, far above any inherited noble bloodline. Simply put, if you cannot build it, you do not command it.
And this brings us to a really harsh truth. Philosophy that cannot survive the workshop is only decoration. I am warning you right now, reciting theory is utterly useless to the winged lion. You could memorize every single book in the archives, but if you can't turn that thought into a physical blade, an unyielding bridge, a medical cure, or an unbreakable lock, you're just a decorator. Vapula strictly demands applied wisdom.
Let's look at Section 4, the price of perfection.
So, what's the catch? Well, there's always a moral cost to unchecked mastery. Pay close attention to these three incredibly terrifying examples from our past. Inventors who quite literally traded their humanity for perfect technical skills. First, you have the blacksmith. Mastered every metalworking profession overnight, sure, but with every new flawless skill they gained, they lost one human memory that made their life meaningful. Second, the architect. Built a flawless city where no wall ever cracked. Sounds great, right? But the embedded mechanisms under the streets that force total, unyielding obedience from the citizens. And third, the engineers. They successfully created an immortal mechanical body for a dying king. But the body they built obeyed the cold logic of craft, infinitely better than it obeyed human conscience.
Talent is a rumor. Skill is evidence. I want you to remember that as you sit at your workbenches. See, Vapula does not seduce his apprentices the way other entities do. He doesn't tempt you with glittering wealth or political revenge or physical beauty. No, he seduces you through mastery. He draws you into this obsessive, isolating pursuit of total, unquestionable competence. He whispers in your ear that your pain can just become technique.
Section 5. Mechanics without mercy.
To really understand why these absolute technical creations cross the line and become monstrous, you have to look at the path to mastery itself. As an apprentice, you will be broken down and rebuilt through a series of rigorous tests. You've got tests 1 and 2, philosophy and medicine. Tests 3 and 4, geometry and metallurgy. Tests 5 and 6, rhetoric and architecture. You have to prove absolute competence in every single domain. But it's the final trial that is the true trap. Test 7.
The 7th test is mercy. And guess what? Nobody has ever passed. I reveal this to you with chilling finality. But in the entire dark history of our guild, not a single person has ever maintained their human mercy after achieving absolute technical perfection. Because think about it. When you build machines that obey every strict law of physics and logic, they inherently lack the flaw of forgiveness. A perfect system has literally no room for the messy reality of human grace.
Finally, Section 6. Wisdom born from failure.
If you want to survive this apprenticeship without becoming a complete monster, you absolutely must understand that true wisdom requires failure alongside precision. Burn this phrase into your minds right now. A blade remembers the ethics of its maker even when the soldier does not. Every single tool you forge, every perfectly controlled city you design, every impossible lock you build, it carries your moral weight. The intent of the creator is baked into the very iron and brass. You can't just wash your hands of a creation just because it's left your workshop.
The ultimate truth you need to take away from this explainer is actually quite simple. The horror of Vapula is not ignorance. It is knowledge stripped of conscience. The true tragedy of the winged lion is that he simply removes all your excuses. When you're incompetent, you can blame your tools or your lack of training for your failures. But once Vapula grants you perfect skill, once you have the flawless ability to create absolutely anything, well, you alone must decide what that skill is used for. There's no one else to blame.
I'm going to leave you with this final thought, and I want every single one of you apprentices to ask yourselves this truly terrifying question. You will soon have the skill to build the impossible. That's for sure. But do you have the conscience to know if you actually should? That, my friends, is the dark edge of your own ambition. Welcome to the workshop. Class dismissed.